Right, first show was at On the Rocks in Helsinki yesterday. Now we are at Euge Valovirta, Tampere, and it's rig rundown time. And first, it's Mr. Ben Varon from Oceanhoarse. All right, so Ben, tell us a little bit about your rig. It's the same on Oceanhoarse.
Yeah, exactly the same stuff. I play with Oceanhoarse live these days. So for size, I left the EVH 5150s at home, and I play through the Soldano and the Victory preamps into a, what is it called? Seymour Duncan
Power Stage
700, the stereo one.
Yeah.
So I play stereo, have two crank cabinets on both sides of the stage. And with your show, Euge show, you take the other cab over, and I just play the Soldano.
Yeah.
For your show.
And both cabinets are mic'd with CYHRA E906.
Yes.
Which is one of my favorite microphones also in my studio. And then your pedal board.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff, but mainly everything's running through the Boss ES8 because we have a lot of sound changes. So then I need to go from clean with effects to delays, and I have delays for different songs, matching the songs. So I have different bands for different songs. But yeah, it's a tuner, a little compressor for the cleans, flanger, phaser, noise gate, whammy. Always need a whammy.
Is this the order or just?
Pretty much, yeah. Actually, yeah. The numbers are there.
Yeah.
And yeah, the drop. I use it sometimes for Oceanhoarse, but not lately.
And then wah and expression pedal.
Yeah, for the harmonies, for example, we have a H9 in the back, so I use that for harmonies in Oceanhoarse.
Cool. So here's what's going on here. This is in the loop.
Everything
right?
is in the loop, yeah. So there's this little Keeley 30-millisecond thing, like Dime had the doubler. It's a bit of the same thing to get a bit of that chorus. And this I use mainly for reverbs and harmonies, like I told you, the Eventide thing. And then this just delays. And then there's two different noise gates also in the back of both amps, which is great. Keeps everything quiet. That's pretty much it.
And the pedal board, everything was in front.
In front, yes.
This is in the loop. So maybe just a basic sound example.
Basic sound with the Euge tuning, which is one
half step
down and a drop.
Yeah. And the volume is not actually the volume we play, it's just a little bit quieter for this video.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's very simple to sound. We have the little phaser for one song for you. That kind of thing. And then it's just the delay. Just, yeah,
cool.
Delay. Okay, guitar-wise, there's a lot of guitars since the Euge show is in two different tunings and the Oceanhoarse show is another two different tuning. Oceanhoarse is in drop B, and I use mainly this one for tonight's show. It's an old, early 90s custom shop, which is actually not even mine. I have it borrowed on a loan for like 3 years, so it's almost mine. I'm gonna buy it one day.
I was just about to ask that, but you are planning to buy it.
I'm planning to buy it. And then this is also in drop B, my custom shop.
This is nice.
Surf Green V. Love this one.
What about the pickups?
EVH pickups. EVH Wolfgang. This one, actually, I don't know, some Seymour Duncan. I haven't changed that one, but usually I like the EVH pickups. This is pretty cool. Late 90s Japanese Firebird that Jackson made for 1 year. I found one used, and I used this for C-sharp tuning for Oceanhoarse. Standard C-sharp, and then for your gig we play this in standard E-flat, my old Randy Rhoads from 2002 maybe.
Is it a made in US?
Yeah, it's a US RR1 as they called them back in the day at least. And my Firebird custom shop, which is in drop C sharp.
Yeah.
For your songs.
Or D flat, or whatever you wanna put it.
Yeah.
And it's the Wolfgang pickup.
Yeah, also, yeah, just different
Just a
color.
zebra.
Yeah. All Jacksons. Strings, I use GHS, different gauges for different guitars, but a lot of times I use these Gilmore sets. I like them.
What's the gauges?
10 to 48, 10 and a half to 50.
Huh.
Yeah, I like them pretty. I like light strings, even lower tunings. When it's slinky, it's nice to play, especially leads. And then I ordered these from Intune Guitar Picks.
GP, yeah.
Yes, it's 88, 0.88 with a little sharp edge. So I guess it's a Jazz XL, but pretty thin.
It's rolling. All right, so my rig, let's start from the pedal board. So this is a Temple Audio Duo 6. The signal goes in here. This time it's cable. Sometimes it's wireless, so then this comes out from the wireless, which is actually here, and then it goes here. But now it's just a cable, old school. First it's a drop, which I'm not using on my shows. That's for CYHRA for a couple of songs. Then it goes to tuner, because when you are in drop, it's then easy to check that are you actually in the right drop with the tuner. And it goes to NS1X, the new bass noise suppressor's input. From the send of the bass, it goes to the input of a Digitech Ricochet whammy, which I'm not using now. I use it on one song with CYHRA and a couple of songs with Suburban Tribe, so these two aren't used. Then a good old Bass SD1. This is a brand new one I bought a few years ago. This is my original broke in the middle of CYHRA tour, but it's now been fixed and it's now on my studio board. But this is new, whatever, made in Malaysia. They're all the same. This is old C5 from 90s. Well, I've had forever, almost. Then, sorry, I forgot. The wah is the first one. So send, wah, ricochet. You know, then output from the chorus, it goes to the return of the noise suppressor. Output from the noise suppressor, it goes here, and it comes out here. Basically, on my show, I use just the SD, then my clean sound is, so this is the basic sound. You're gonna take it a little bit down. Basic sound, lead sound is the same. We have a front of house guy who does what he needs to do. Basically, you know, a little bit further up for solos, maybe some delay, but I don't have any delay here. Then the clean sound is SD off, chorus on, volume down from the guitar. Back to overdrive. And the wah, it's before the SD1. That's the Petrucci wah. And the amp is a Blue Guitars Amp 1 Iridium. These I'm not using, these are for if we go directly on the line, which we do with CYHRA. But since this is my show, this is old school. So it's a 100-watt nanotube amp, and it goes to one of Ben's crank cabinets. We actually discussed that what are the speakers, but we don't really know. Eminence something.
Something, yeah.
It sounds good. That's the most important thing. And one Sennheiser E906. This I'm only using one channel. Like you heard, when there's no SD, it's kind of like AC/DC rock and roll. And classic channel on this one to me is like my good old bad boy JCM 800. Nice. And then guitars. So guitars, like Ben already said, we have two tunings, standard E flat and then a drop from that. And I use both guitars with both tunings. Some songs I prefer to play with my 2015 signature series Euge model. It's a Eclipse full thickness EMG 8185, mahogany body, maple top, shaved maple neck, ebony fingerboard, jumbo frets, got a locking tuners, really basic. This is the first signature model ESP built for me in 2012. So this is 13 years old, so I'm using this on some songs, and then some songs, mainly the songs that has Floyd Rose stuff. I use this one. This is a ESP M1 custom from the 80s, 87 I believe, no serial number. Single EMG 81, single volume, shallow Lockmeister Floyd with FU tones, you know, big brass block, I think it's called, the claw and the noiseless springs and the stopper. So it only goes down, and then now it's standard E flat, now it's drop, which is very handy. So I can play every single song with this one or the other one, but some songs I, for whatever reason, prefer to play with, you know, different guitars. And obviously, if it has a Floyd stuff, then I play with the one that has a Floyd. So yes. I'm using a DR size fit 10 to 52 strings for these shows. That's my favorite string for E flat and E standard tuning. Picks are the Turtle Dunlop Tortex 1.14 millimeter. Just your basic. I don't have signature picks because this is my signature pick. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Silver, play bass for Euge, and gonna show you a little bit of this equipment. So it all starts with this Stingray, which has a little bit rarer configuration with the single coil also, which I'm using. I'm using the secret sauce is this position, which uses only the single coils. So it's like
nice Kekkonen.
Kekkonen, and
Clank.
when the signal goes to the breadboard, it's basically multi-comp, everything at noon, and this V7K industry standard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's some just a
Extra
something if you want. And basically, this HARDTONES 1000 watt. It has a preamp tube, but it's solid state.
1000 watt sounds cool.
Yeah, but it's really simple. Just 3 EQ knobs and volume, so not much hassle. But that's pretty basic.
But it sounds awesome, and obviously this is not your real volume.
Yeah. The volume is much louder. Just save your ears. But yeah,
I wanted to highlight that because we play.
But then, yeah, with Oceanhoarse, it's just a different bass.
But
because different tuning and basically, yeah, it's the same sound. And I have this Line 6 Stomp. That board is in the FX loop of this Stomp because I use a different sound for a certain solo spot. But basically, the sound comes from the board.
Cool.
The basic rhythm sounds. So yeah, that's it.
All right. Thank you. Jose, drums.
All right, welcome. So this is a combination Yamaha kit because it's Maple Custom Absolute. So I have 2 kits and I combine them. So I use the 22-inch kick, 10, 12, 14, 16 toms. And the last one is also piano black. I love this champagne sparkle. Gives
it's nice.
Little twist. And a Sonar snare drum. I don't know why, it sounds good. Has some set lists on it, on the head, so I can see them. All cymbals are pretty much mixed, because unfortunately I'm not endorsed yet. And Pearl Eliminator double pedals, little drum pad here, producing the sub effects, and that's pretty much it. In Finland, we say Yamaha ei pamaha, which means Yamaha doesn't bang, but I'm here to prove that wrong. That's why I play Yamaha drums. The cheapest iced tea symbol here is a little bit cracked, but rock and roll.
And while we're at it, the most complicated rig is obviously the vocalist.
Yeah. I'm using the Audix OM7 microphone, and that's it. I'm not a Audix artist yet, so holla at your boy. Thanks.